Andrew Schulz is proving literally everybody wrong right now, which is insane. If you remember, we covered Andrew Schulz bought his special back from a streamer that has not been named, as far as I know, has not been named. And he paid a hefty sum for it. In his original statement, said that he leveraged his life savings to buy back this special from the unnamed streamer. And since then, he has made 3 times his money back. So he is having the last laugh all the way to the bank. I bought it last night. I'm going to watch it tonight.
When we first mentioned this guy and his special, we were wondering, like speculating about what he meant by spending his entire life savings on this special.
Because he was fairly successful to begin with.
Because
so
how
I don't know
much is that?
Yeah,
and
I
is
don't
that
know.
really true? I don't know. And then we also speculated as to which streaming platform it was. I thought that was going to come out eventually. It does seem a little bit potentially astroturfed for marketing.
I think me and you are just also very, very like...
We're too cynical, aren't we?
We're very cynical. Like, when I was watching his promotion for this, he did a thing where he went through like Times Square and like played the special for 50 people and then filmed their reactions as they're watching it. He's a genius marketer. He's very, very good.
And he's doing it all himself, he says.
And the hard thing is that there's another really good article that said the future to conquering censorship is ownership, meaning that you need to own your own material. We know this now with the success of Eric D. July's comic book for the Rippaverse, for ESOM #1, which just passed $3 million.
Really?
Independently done on his own, $3 million.
Wow.
It proves to you that you cannot fake organic interest from people, but you have to take the risk of actually investing in yourself, which really just goes back to what every lame channel on Instagram that talks about getting wealthy or being successful. It's like eventually you have to take a risk if you want to succeed.
And that requires a risk from the audience as well. They're
Yep.
taking a chance on you by buying your content directly from you, rather than having the credibility of a larger platform behind you.
And just kind of the harder work to do that. Like it's never as easy. Like one of the things that I used to complain about with skate shops is they don't have apps like Netflix. Like if I could go on to a skate shop app and just buy stuff with a 1-button click thing, I would do that way more easily. But you go to the website, you put it in the cart, you sit in the cart. Once you see the tax added, you look at the final price, you're like, do I really need it? And then I don't buy it, right? Like this. So if there was a faster and more easier way to actually get the product, it would be a lot easier to sell stuff. But they have to do it through their own websites. So people have to be very engaged to find the website. Yeah, like a lot of people were on his Instagram like, look, I couldn't find it. I need to find, he had to keep linking people to his website. It's here. It's here. The link is here. The link is here. That's a lot of work, and you're doing it all on your own.
But it paid off,
Yep.
and good for him, because I think that we're going to see more people taking it into their own hands because of censorship and not being allowed to say what they want to say.
And
He's not the first comedian who has been criticized for their comedy, that's for sure.
No. We just yesterday we talked about Dave Chappelle in the hilarious state of which the state of Minnesota, my home state, it was protesting outside of First Avenue, telling him, and it's a little different because he's like a gazillionaire who then sells these to Netflix for a premium, right? So that's a little bit different, but it's still about if he wanted to, if Netflix, if Dave Chappelle didn't have the platform he had and he wanted to release it himself, he would have to take that risk and put it out himself.
Yeah.
Right? That's really funny. I have friends in Minnesota who've been posting videos of like at the protests, people, and he was posting it, and he put hashtag all the hashtags like transgenderism, this and this, and then hashtag support black art. So he's literally trying to be like as neutral as possible. Like, why are you being mad? You're not supporting a black artist because they're showing you.
But it's like insane that you have to abide by their framing.
You have to,
regardless.
no matter what.
I think that's absurd.
Yep. So it says, except the streamer demand. So basically the idea was they asked him to edit out several jokes. I'm excited to watch tonight and figure out which ones. I think it was there was jokes on abortion that he made that they said that was what they asked him to take out.
Didn't he post those clips, only the ones about abortion, right?
The ones about like living outside an abortion clinic in New York and how it was like a zoo, like.
Yeah, I mean, when I watched those clips, I didn't think it was that funny.
I didn't think it was that edgy. Like
I didn't think it was that edgy either. I don't know.
I
understand completely why a large streaming platform wouldn't want that content.
I find his delivery to be what sells his work.
Yeah.
He's got fantastic delivery and stage presence. That's what
I think. What I noticed about him is he engages with the audience a lot, which
he has a
I
lot
think
of social
certain type of
media
audience
content.
likes.
That's a good
No,
thing.
I mean even during the shows. I don't know what the special would be like,
Yeah,
but
he
a lot of
talks
his
to the
stand-up,
audience.
he's
I
like
see.
interacting with the
Yeah.
audience.
Yep. So he invests three. So if he makes 3 times that back, and then we have to talk about. So there's Chappelle getting. So there's the rage after venue cancel show, and there's a whole bunch of backlash from people who are saying that it was stupid that they would do this to Dave Chappelle. But what's better here? Is it better to be Dave Chappelle and be get the moved from one venue, because Chappelle wins either way. He gets moved to the other venue and gets all this free. You could not, if you're a comedian and you're looking for free promotion, you could not create in a lab. I think that was like what person said that you couldn't create in a lab better promotional material for him than the people who are protesting him right now.
Yeah, that's the same deal with me. That's the reason why the whole sports issue blew up, is because so many people came to hate on me.
Right.
They started sharing it, but all their followers came to follow me and stopped messing with them.
And you said, and the same thing kind of happened to Jamie, right? Like
yeah,
that
it happens in a lot of instances.
So the idea here is that you have to be willing to be bold and take a risk.
When are they going to realize you can't cancel Dave Chappelle? It's not going to happen.
He's grandfathered in.
I don't think they believe that they have the power to cancel Dave Chappelle. But the motivation for getting this venue in particular, canceling him, was confused. I saw this tweet that said canceling the performance does not accomplish the narrow goal of stopping Dave Chappelle from speaking. The performance was merely transferred to an alternative location, and all will be able to watch him there. If ever there was an example of virtue signaling, this is it. I don't think that the goal was to stop Dave Chappelle from speaking at all, because they were fully aware. First of all, they wanted him at the venue. They just were afraid of getting backlash from Antifa and having their business physically
assaulted.
Vandalized.
Which go ahead.
But well, secondly, when it wasn't an act of like attempted cancellation, it was saving themselves from cancellation and
from being from retribution.
Sure. And then then they posted that Instagram explanation that was like retroactively apologizing for it, but they were fully aware that another venue was going to take him. They need to posture. That was the goal. It was their posturing that they were doing. They didn't think, oh, we're going to silence Dave Chappelle.
And this has been happening like in Minneapolis, uptown. I still follow a lot of like the local magazines and stuff up there. Huge, like ever since George Floyd, you have to put signs in your windows showing support for whatever cause it is this week. Otherwise, they will come through. They will graffiti your building. They will break your windows. And in Minnesota, in Uptown, if you don't fix the window within 8 days, the city comes in and covers up the graffiti and charges you for doing that. So
that's fully state supported. Like organized crime.
That's a racket.
And so I'm saying when First Ave comes out and prostrates themselves before people, it's not because they actually give a crap. It's because they don't want to have a bunch of people graffitiing up their buildings suddenly. It literally is organized.
I mean, all I saw
it's organized crime.
Yeah.
All I saw on First Avenue was chalk.
Yes.
Graffiti. So I mean, I think that's still, is that still
legally
legally vandalism or no?
But the point is that eventually if they don't say something,
there was
it gets worse.
the silent threat of it.
Exactly.
They were just hoping to fly under the radar, so it's not, I don't have any respect for them anyway.
It says Dave Chappelle is super rich and is going to be fine. I'm more concerned about the struggling comic just starting out who doesn't have fame and fortune.
Yeah, that
if you
sucks.
applaud First Ave for canceling his gig, don't get upset if someone else does the same for their pet cause. This is what I was upset about yesterday. It was like, it's not even so much that they canceled him, it's that they did it and then tried to make claims about freedom of expression and artistic integrity, and I just kind of lost it. I'm like, you're literally like, it's like they want you to not believe what's right in front of your eyes.
Right.
They literally say something that contradicts their actions entirely, and then expect you to somehow support them.
It's like they want to please everybody, but when they try to do that, nobody's happy.
Yep.
Everybody hates it.
And Chappelle said, he understands that First Avenue is a famous and historic institution that has supported artists of all backgrounds for decades. And he's like, you should still support them. And I'm like, I don't know if I buy that anymore. I don't think you should. I don't think if they will come down on you, they're going to come down on somebody a lot less affluent than you are, just because they have views that you have views that they don't like. So no, I don't know if it's anymore a venue that should be supported unless they actually live by their ideals.
In a way, they kind of like gave him a little bump in the press, so maybe that was their plan all along.
Yeah.
So maybe we should support them for that.
Yeah, he's getting free promotion, which is awesome.
And we're going to talk about that more in a more cynical fashion next, which is the one that is absolutely mind-boggling to me. So do you want to do super chats?
Yeah, Goofer Trooper said for Carter's Rockstar Fund.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
More on that
Thank you.
soon. What else is there?
Oblividan
Dan said, not gay, but if I was, Carter would be my jam.
It's the highest of compliments.
That is the highest of compliments.
Lindsay sent $5 with no message. Thank you.
I know Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay.
Bloodborne said, just started watching you guys yesterday. Great show. Have you guys talked about the Rippaverse comics?
I actually mentioned it. Yeah.
I think that was like a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah. But no.
When he reached 1 million, we talked about it, but
it was just last week.
Yeah, last week.
Feels like every week. Doesn't it feel like time is?
I'm losing track, but we did talk about it when he reached 1 million.
But he just passed $3 million on it, and like I said, that's like he spent a lot of money. Now he's a successful dude for years. Like he wasn't just doing comics before or YouTube. He was in a band called Backwards. He was a contributor to The Blaze, so he made money there. He had a very successful YouTube channel, and he leveraged all that money and spent 2 years building the infrastructure for this company that he's now starting, and he's reaping the benefits. I think one of the problems is that people don't want to put it, like, they want the fame and they want all the accolades, but they want the easy way, which is like, it's like Tom McDonald with his music, right? He makes a lot of money, I'm sure, but he has to make his own videos, do his own promotion. He doesn't have the benefit of a label to help him, but he reaps all the benefit financially. It's just a hell of a lot more work.
Well, you can either learn this the easy way or the hard way, but if you want something done, when you want it done, you're going to have to do it all.
Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.